Fine. Okay, so good evening. I am going to open up or call the school board meeting to order for March 14th. And we're going to start with nominations for the school board chair. We will open nominations. Mark?
May I make a nomination of Anne Marie Redmond for school board chair? If she's willing to serve.
Thank you. I will accept. Thank you.
We'll need a second.
I'll second.
All right. Are there any other nominations for school board chair? All right, hearing none. I didn't think I would. We'll close.
Nobody else wants this job.
Don't all jump in at once.
We'll close nominations and then we'll do a roll call vote. So I will start with Mark.
Aye.
And Vincent. Okay, he said aye. I didn't hear him, but I saw his mouth go. Jamie.
Aye.
Okay, Jamie. Sarah.
Aye.
And Anne Marie, you may vote for yourself.
Hi.
All right, it's unanimous. Anne Marie, congratulations. You are the chair of the Weathersfield Board, and I'll turn the meeting over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Our next role that we need to fill is the vice chair. I'll take nominations. Or I'll make a nomination of Mark Youngling, sorry. I can't say your name right. I've been saying it the other way my whole life.
I'll second.
Okay, Jamie seconded. We'll take a roll call. We'll start with myself. Aye. Jamie.
Aye.
Sarah.
Aye.
Vincent. Do you want to just like raise your hand or something? Maybe. I mean, I don't see you, so can you raise your little virtual hand?
Yep.
Okay. And Mark.
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. The next role we need to fill, I believe, is the clerk of the board. And for that position, it requires someone that has a little time during the day, at least once a month, to go down to the central office and sign some paperwork.
Anne Marie, I think that one's the signer of the manifest. The clerk is the person that takes minutes if the minute
Oh, okay.
taker.
I think we usually have the same person do both jobs, usually, but yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
So I mean, we could split it up, I guess. We could have it be two separate jobs. We've just usually had it be the same person, but we could split it up. Is anyone interested in either of those positions? Do you see any? Is Vincent doing anything? Because I don't see him at all.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Now I see you.
I'm okay with doing something that doesn't have a high commitment level outside of the meeting.
Yeah, so the signer of the manifest, you go in and you just kind of approve the bills that have come in over the month? Okay.
I can do that. Sure.
Great. Would you also like to be the clerk if you take minutes when Becky's not available, or that'd be a separate position?
Doesn't happen often,
Yeah.
Vincent.
Oh, okay. I'll do it if we need to. Sure.
Okay. Is there anyone interested in being the clerk separately? Okay. I guess you're stuck with it, Vincent. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to nominate Vincent to be the clerk and the signer of the manifest. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Mark seconded that. I'll go down the roll call. Jamie?
Aye.
Sarah?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Vincent?
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. So that's unanimous. Vincent is our signer of the manifest and our clerk. Let me see. I believe we need to, let's see. We need to elect 3 WSCSU representatives. Now for that, you have to be available for an extra meeting every month. I believe I need to be on that board as the chair. So we need 2 other people. Mark and Jamie have been doing it, and Jamie's also hopefully going to continue on as our budget person on the board there. So I would like to definitely keep Jamie there. I don't know if Mark is interested in continuing there or if someone else wants to give it a try.
I'd continue to serve if we need.
Okay. Does anyone else have a great desire to be on the SU board?
No.
Okay. So would someone like to nominate the 3 of us?
I nominate Mark, Jamie, and
BJ, you're moving, but no one else is.
That's what I noticed. It kind of got glitchy.
Oh,
There's
no,
Sarah back.
Sarah's back. Yep. We'll just wait a minute.
Brian, can you still hear us?
Yeah, I lost you for a second, but I hear you again.
Okay.
Just give it a minute. That was, so BJ, we didn't vote on that yet, did we?
No.
Okay. It was Anne Marie, Jamie, and Mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Jamie,
you have-
should we ask if everybody else is here? Like, see, they're
Oh, wait.
coming back.
Oh, here they're coming.
Probably left and come back.
Yep. We'll just give it a minute. I mean, if we can at least get through the reorg, that would be great tonight.
Yeah.
Sarah must live in a different part of town.
Or I scared everyone away.
Christine?
Oh, Kristen, yes, you're still here.
Kirsten-
Yes.
Yes, Kirsten McNamara just said that she lost power and it came back on. So my
Okay.
guess is all the people who froze lost power and now they're rebooting.
Okay. We can absolutely wait. Becky, are you still here? Oh, yep. Here comes somebody. Let's see.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Yep.
I'm
Okay.
still here, but my power did go off for a second. So
Okay.
I thought I was, but then other people started moving.
Jamie's back. Okay. Anne Marie's back. Yes. All right. Anne Marie, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. The call has gotten bigger since I got kicked off. Okay. So is everybody back? Oh,
Jamie is Sarah is I don't see Vincent and I don't see Mark yet.
okay. All right. Well, hang on.
And the important part is to get through this reorg before we lose power.
Yep.
Anne Marie, did you just lose power?
Yeah, like for like less than a minute. It went
Okay.
out and then went back on.
Same
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. But my the modem and everything needed to restart, so it's
Takes a minute.
um, let me see if they're trying to.
Do we have a quorum? Do we not?
Do we? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. And we know. Okay, so did Vincent finish making his nomination or no? Oh, there's Mark. Okay.
There's Mark. Hey.
Okay.
Sorry, my power went out and came back on. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Sarah, would you mind making that nomination? Because, it's a little unseemly for us to nominate ourselves, but
I nominate Anne Marie, Mark, and Jamie for the WSESU board.
Great. Okay, do I have a second? I'll second it. All in favor? Actually, I'll go down the list. So Sarah,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye. Okay, we have the SU board done. Okay, so we're good. We're good for that. And let's see. Then we have the truant officer, which usually is Chief Daniels. So I don't see any reason to change that.
Okay.
If anyone else has a problem or wants to nominate someone else, I'll nominate Chief Daniels. I'll go down the list. Jamie,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
is Vincent back or no?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm also an aye, so that passes. Let's see. Sorry, I have to keep going back and forth. Designate official newspapers. We typically designate the Valley News and the Eagle Times. Does anyone have any other suggestions or?
Has anybody worked with VT Digger at all as far as sending releases to them about anything?
I was told last night, Mark, they're not officially a newspaper. They're an online information something, and Elizabeth Burrows was going to check in to see if they could be an official source.
Oh,
So
okay.
we could add them later.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so I'll nominate the Eagle Times and the Valley News.
Okay.
Anyone have any other discussion or other ideas? Go down the list. Jamie,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and I don't see Vincent yet, so I'm also an aye. So that passes.
Henry, I think you missed the bargaining council rep.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep, I did. Okay. Yes, we need to nominate a SU bargaining council rep, and I'd like to nominate Jamie Turner. Does anyone else have any other nominees? Okay, I'll take a second for Jamie to be our bargaining rep.
Second.
Okay, Mark seconded. Let me start with Mark. Let's vote. This is voting now. Mark? Okay, I saw him say aye. Okay. Vincent, you just joined
Okay.
us.
I'm here.
We did some voting without you, but I don't think
Okay.
anything you'll be upset about.
Okay.
We Chief Daniels for our truant officer, the Valley News and the Eagle Times for our newspapers, and we finished with the SU board, the three that we had discussed.
Okay.
So, and that passed. And right now we're doing the SU bargaining person, and I've nominated Jamie. I nominated Jamie, and she accepted, right, Jamie? I don't know if you officially accepted, but and now we're just going down the vote, and Mark has voted yes, and I guess I'll ask you, what's your vote? Okay, Sarah?
Aye.
And Jamie?
Aye.
And I'm also an aye, so that's unanimous. Thank you, Jamie. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah. Okay, we need to establish a regular day and time to meet. Is everybody still good with the second Tuesday of the month at 6:30?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion then to have it be the second Tuesday of the month at 6:30. I'll take a roll. And Vincent seconded. Let's go down the line. We'll go Vincent.
Yes.
Mark.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Sarah.
Aye.
I'm also an aye. And the other thing I wanted to do was to vote on using the Roberts rules for small boards. as our guiding thing instead of the full Roberts rules. Sarah, you weren't here when we discussed this before, but the main difference is that you only need, you don't need a second. You just need the person to make the thing. And also, I, as the chair, can participate in discussions. Sometimes on a bigger board, a chair is more of a moderator. But since we're a small board with only 5 people, actually any board, I think less than
12. I think it's
12, yeah, qualifies for Robert's Rules of Order. But those are kind of the 2 main differences. So I'd like to make a motion that we utilize Robert's rules for small boards in our meetings. Do I have a
Can I
second?
second?
Mark is seconding. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll start the voting. Mark,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
and myself, I'm also an aye, so that's unanimous. Great. Let's see. I think that's everything for what we need to do for reorganization.
Anne Marie, this is Becky. Should I put for the place, go ahead and put Weathersfield School, and should I start?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Google
sorry. Yeah.
meetings too?
Oh, that's
Google
right. Yeah.
Meetings too?
So do we
Okay.
want to continue having the ability to have a hybrid meeting for people to attend remotely? We should probably have discussed that.
I'd like to keep it the same.
Yeah, so would I. Would you like to make a motion to keep it with the hybrid meetings? Should probably
I'll
add
make
that
that
on.
motion.
Okay. I'll second. All in favor? Oh, I don't need a second anymore. Forget my own rules. Okay. Any discussion? Okay, so the meetings will take place on the second Tuesday at 6:30 at Weathersfield School in person, and as well as being online with a remote option for people. So let's revote. We'll revote this, and we'll start with Mark,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
and myself. I'm also an aye. Okay, so there you go, Becky. you can just get rid of the other one, replace it with this vote. Okay. Let's see. We have any changes or additions to the agenda? I don't think the agenda right now is just the administrative reports, and then also discussing the student school board representative, town meeting results, and school safety.
I just wanted
So,
to, oh, sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Christine.
I was just going to mention that the April board meeting is during the break, and I didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we probably should.
Mhm.
So maybe that's an item for action.
Yeah, let's put that down. Well, let's do it now in case we lose power.
Idea.
We're gonna have our meeting. Okay, so the second Tuesday is during break.
Is
Let's see, what do I have? Is anyone busy on tax day, April 18th?
let me just click.
No.
It works.
It's a good day.
Okay, everybody else is good?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
All right, so let's set our next meeting for April 18th at 6:30.
And then I had one thing also to add, Anne Marie.
Okay. Outside of
we
your
need to-
principal's report?
Yeah, because it's for an items for action.
Okay.
So we just need to officially eliminate that 4th para position that we've never been able to fill.
Okay.
So we'd already taken budget, but we just need to take action on that. And then with the safety report or the school safety, Chief
Mhm.
Daniels, because of us being remote, he preferred to do it in person. So we're going to go ahead and move that to next month's report.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. I guess we do we have any? Oh, we have approval of minutes for February 14th. I didn't actually get a chance to read them because I didn't have power to get it printed off. So unless someone wants to, I think if we can just move it to next month.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Is there any public participation? If you're here from the public and you want to say something, can you raise your little virtual hand? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. We have the administrative report.
BJ, would you be willing to share your screen in case I have to hop to the other meeting? Okay.
All right, let me know when we're ready to go.
You are good to go.
All right, so this is our lead learner report for March 14th, 2023. First off, I would just like to thank the Weathersfield community for passing our school budget. Woohoo! And we are able to move on and start planning for the FY24 school year. So we are excited about doing that and getting things ready. And then we do have a special report from our PTO president. So Jamie, are you there? Because I can't see you.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jamie Richardson, our amazing PTO president.
Oh, thanks, Brian. I will make this brief because my power has been flickering too. And so I just want to respect everybody's time. So thank you very much for letting me pop on. I just want to bring up a couple of things. We haven't reported on PTO for a couple of months, but we have been doing some work. We had a wonderful family dance in February for the K-5 and their family. It was a wild evening in the gym. It was wonderful. It was just so great to see our space being used that way and seeing young kids having a wild and crazy and loud time. So that was a lot of fun. Currently, we're working on our March Madness calendar raffle. So it is the month of March. So every day we have a new winner and they're posted on our social media pages and our website. So we've had 14 winners so far, right? It is the 14th. So that was just as successful as it was last year. So we appreciate the support on that. Something that's coming up on April 20th is our adult only, our 18 plus comedy fundraising event. We have a couple of great talent for our comedians. They're out of the greater Boston area. We're going to host that at the Windsor High School Auditorium, a really generous offer from Windsor to let us use their beautiful auditorium. So tickets are on sale right now, and you can find out more information about that from a PTO member or our social media or our website. So we hope that we'll have a lot of adults coming out to see that on April 20th. And then the last thing I want to talk about, and I'm looking for some endorsement on this, is our paw drop. So usually we come to you folks at the beginning of our school year with our budget and our calendar for approval, but we are starting our paw drop process, our planning. So we planned the paw drop last year in 6 weeks. We'd really like to have 6 months. So that is coming at you a little bit earlier than usual, just because we're hoping for you to approve Friday, September 22nd. From the time right now is 5 to 8. And we'd really like to use the same space, the school and the school property for that event. And so we're hoping that you will endorse that date and that time for us. The event was wildly successful last year. We anticipate it will be again this year. A lot of the same or similar ideas, same concept as last year, but we're hoping to make it, as usual, bigger and better than we have in the past. So those are the things that I have to present tonight. So I'm just looking for some endorsement on the paw drop tonight.
Okay, great. Yes, we'll do that in items for action.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie, for all you do, and thank your PTO as well. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So next is our athletics, and I'm not sure if Carrie's going to be there. She sent me a text message saying that she's putting the boys down. So Carrie, are you there or? All right, I'll just go ahead and speak for you then, Carrie. So Carrie's doing an amazing job as our athletic director, which we truly appreciate. So one particular item that she wanted to address was to make sure that families are getting their registrations in for the upcoming spring sports season by Tuesday, 3/21, so next Tuesday. So that way, if we need to release athletes, if we can't field teams, that we can do that so they have time to go to other schools to be able to play either baseball, softball, or track and field. Middle school teams are all set, but the primary grade, especially the 3-4 for both baseball and softball, need more students to register. So if you have a student that is thinking about it, especially if they're in grades 3 or 4, just really say, come on and let's play softball or baseball. Also, we're going to be doing work on the fields, including building up the pitching mound on the baseball field, okay? So hopefully that is it for athletics. So thank you very much. All right, Leader and Me. So classrooms are working on their wigs. It's amazing when you walk down the hallways and see the different wigs that are by each classroom, and the work that the students have put in not only on meeting those wildly important goals, but the work that they put in on showing us how they're meeting the goals. So when you go up to the middle level, they've done pie charts, showing where they're at and what kind of progress they've been making. And so they're doing a fantastic job on that, and they are making great progress, and they're monitoring and adjusting them as needed. All right, on enrollment and attendance from February 15th through 2023, I'm going to rely on BJ to help me here because my screen did not refresh, and I was wondering why it didn't, but it's because I don't have power, so I don't have internet. So our total enrollment is 251.
251.
Okay, good. And then our average daily attendance was
93.5.
93.5. Thank you, BJ. And then we did get 5 new students on February 27th. We got 1 first grader, 2 third graders, a 5th grader, and a 7th grader. So that's a lot of new students in one day, and especially at a smaller school. It's a tremendous amount of students. All right, so building community, we've been working on our fire drills, and we had a great fire drill with egress where everybody got out of the building. Last Thursday we did it, and I believe the time was 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Like I mentioned before, Chief Daniels will be reporting on school safety, doing a presentation at our April board meeting. It was great to have the school and the town meeting held at Wethersfield School on March the 4th, and it was a really good opportunity for us to work together as a school and a town. We presented our service award at the town meeting, so we had the opportunity to present our second year presenting the service award, and this year it went to Jackie Antonovich, who was a longtime board member, parent, part of the Hicks Nichols grant, and she's just been very much involved in Wethersfield School, so it was great to be able to give that to her and to see her and her husband Sean there at the event at the town meeting to be able to accept it. And then we are doing the town challenge. It is back, and it is this Saturday night, March the 18th, and all proceeds benefit the Proctor Library. And it's going to be right here at Wethersfield School in the AP room. And we have three teams representing Wethersfield School. So we have a student team, a student alumni team, and a faculty team. So we're excited about that, to be able to get that back and be part of it. All right, winter activities are done. What a great, great opportunity for kids. It was a lot of work for BJ. I'm just going to say it was a lot of work for BJ. She did a fantastic job planning it. And then when Mother Nature was not so kind to us on days that we were supposed to do winter activities, she had to reschedule and re-coordinate everything. Excuse me, but it was great to see all the students out there doing the different winter activities, being able to sled, being able to ski and snowboard. One of the highlights for me was the cooking class. Heather and Mary in our kitchen did an amazing job with their cooking class and really taught the kids some great things about cooking, including the team of students made 691 meatballs that they made on Friday, and then they were refrigerated and taken care of over the weekend, and then they were served on Monday with spaghetti. So the students all had spaghetti and meatballs, and they weren't small meatballs by any means. They were gigantic meatballs, and they were great. I would almost say they were right up there with my wife's meatballs. So they were really good, and it was great to see the students do that. And then even on Friday, when they were teaching kids about making healthy or making snacks after school, and a student talked about how she'd never made a fried egg before. So Mrs. Hubner shared with me how Heather took her back and showed her how to fry an egg. And it was just great to see the kids doing that. And then we also had kids doing woodworking and finishing up. Working with power tools is always a fun thing for kids. All right, big friends, little friends. This was a great opportunity to see our sixth graders and our kindergartners working together in PE. They did an activity where they were throwing a ball, and they had to make it into like a puff ball and make it into a certain ring. And then the certain ring depicted how much money they got. And then the kids had to go get the money and then collect it and then count it. So it had so many different aspects of math and reading and fine motor skills. It was great. So shout out to Mrs. Berry for doing an excellent job with our students and combining the kindergarten and sixth grade class together. All right, just as a reminder that this Friday, sorry, not Monday, although it's St. Patrick's Day, we have no school because it's a teacher in-service day. And then we also have Town Challenge on the 18th. And then the Little Mermaid production is coming up next week on the 24th and 25th. We have a show at 7 o'clock and a show on Friday night, and then a show at 2 o'clock on Saturday. It's going to be an amazing event, and the kids have been working really hard, and so the adults that have been preparing for that. And then parent-teacher conferences are coming up right at the end of this month. On March 30th is a early release day for students, and then March 31st is a non-student day, so we can plan out those parent-teacher conferences. And then right after that, we will have spring break, and then our next board meeting will now be on April 18th. So that's it for me. I'm going to turn it back over to Christine.
Perfect timing, because I see that the other meetings going into executive session, so I'll be very quick and then I'll step out. But I'll keep recording. I'll just turn my mic off and my picture off for you. So my last SU board meeting, my report is linked. You're welcome to look at it. I'm just going to briefly share, BJ, if you can go to the next slide. At the next SU board meeting on March 27th, we're going to have a mid-session report from one of our legislatures. And the topics that are coming up right now currently on the education committee are universal meals, public funds to private schools, school construction, school safety, child care and pre-K studies, and educator workforce development. So Tesha from Woodstock, I'm forgetting her last name, she'll be coming to give a report if people are interested, and I'll summarize it at the next meeting. On the next slide, I have listed trainings that are coming up. Since we're changing boards and roles, there are some great trainings put on by the VSBA and the National School Boards Association. I will have Lori send those out for people that are interested. I highly recommend, especially Sarah, I know you're new. There are a couple of new board trainings that are pretty important if you can attend those. I think they're virtual too, which will make it easier. But I'll have Lori Brown, who's my admin assistant, send those out. And on the last slide, oops, I'm gonna have to go. There is a VSBA, VSA annual school board officer and superintendent training that I will attend if board members are interested. So that's in the works. And that concludes my report. And I'm just going to step out and go to the Heartland board meeting. Okay.
Sorry, my mic wasn't on.
Muted.
Alrighty, back to our meeting. Let's see. I also have on here for end of year activities, Brian. Is there anything that you wanted to discuss? Is that, I'm guessing that's graduation and things like that?
Yeah, so our graduation for our 8th graders is set for June the 14th.
Okay.
So it's a Wednesday this year. And then they have their 8th grade trip on the 9th. So I'm sort of going backwards here, sorry. Field day is coming up there on the 7th as well. I'm trying to, since I don't have access online, I'm just trying to remember everything off the top of my head. But I can give you guys a detailed list and send that out of everything that's happening, because we do have quite a few things happening between now and I guess it's going to be June 20th is our last day of school.
Wow.
So,
Thanks.
Yeah, it's at, or June 19th, maybe. So not trying to do it too late, but June 19th, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And I have items for discussion. Student school board representative. Brian, were you going to get some details for us on that as far as Mount Escutney's plan?
Yeah, so we drafted up, and I think, BJ, can you share that with everybody on the school board? We did draft up a proposal as far as what we're looking for as a school board member, student rep, that will have a student in the middle school grades. We're looking at either a 1 or a 2 year, depending on the student, what they can do. And then they would just be an active member of the school board, a non-voting member, of course, but they would come to the board meetings, and then they can listen out, and then report out on different things and report back to the students. So we do have a full breakdown on what it would entail, and then including, we'd send that out to the students and see who's interested in doing it. And then they would have to do an interview with the superintendent and myself to see why they would want to be a school board member.
Sounds good. I guess that's something we can vote on in items for action. Correct? Do you need a vote
Yeah.
on that? No.
Yeah, I believe you'd need to vote on that to see if we would
Okay.
like to have a student rep.
Okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Town meeting results, which of course all came out very good for us. I saw we were like by a wide margin, we passed our budget, much wider than in previous years. So it was great. Anyone else have anything about the town meeting they want to talk about? Okay, hearing none, I'll move on.
Wait, Anne Marie, I might have something, John Brooker Campbell about being the moderator again.
Oh, yeah. I spoke to he and Christine. We're going to do that at next month's meeting, but if everybody wants to think about it, John Brooker Campbell would like to be the school moderator. He did not get his stuff in on time to be on the ballot, and didn't get quite enough write-in votes to, I think you need to get over 20, or is it 20%? I don't know, whatever. He didn't get enough votes. So we need to nominate a school board moderator for next year's school board meeting, town meeting. So if anyone has any other ideas of people they want to nominate, or, but he's going to be at our next month's meeting and hoping to receive a nomination to be the moderator for the school board portion of the town meeting. Does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss about that? Okay, we'll move on. Then we have school safety, but we're moving that to next month's meeting. Unless is there anything for this month that we want to talk about, or we're just going to wait for next month? Okay.
I can go ahead and speak up real quick. I'm sorry, Anne Marie. We did have, so there were some hoax phone calls that were going around in some of the neighboring school districts.
Mhm.
So we did send out that information to families, and we talked about it with our staff and what we would do and the procedures that we would take place to make sure that all of our students and our staff are safe. So that was addressed.
That's good. And I see you got your fire drill in, so we're good with that, right?
Yep, we've got them in.
Great. So next we have up is items for action. And I have 3 things down here. One is Brian would like us to approve reducing our, reducing our paraprofessional? Do you want to say what?
So we've had, I'm sorry. We've had 4 paraprofessionals on the books for at least the 2 years that I've been here, and we have not been able to fill those 4 positions. The best we've done is be able to fill it with 3. So looking at the budget and trying to make some cuts, we've been able to work it without that 4th position. So we went ahead, and when we did the budget, we didn't include that in there. So I'd like to just officially reduce the number of locally funded paras from 4 down to 3.
Okay. And with this was discussed with the union, and they're in agreement with it?
Yes.
Okay. We don't want any more union trouble.
No, we don't.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll take a motion to approve reducing the number of paras from 4 to 3.
So moved.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll take a vote. I will start with Jamie,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye, so that's unanimous. Our next item is if we would like to have a student representative on our school board following the guidelines that Brian told us about earlier. I'll take a motion to add a non-voting school board rep, student school board rep.
I'll second.
Well, that's you making it. Nobody said it first. All right, so you're gonna first it? Okay. Any further discussion? And that was Vincent, Becky. I don't know if you caught that.
I did.
Okay, great. Is there any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll take a vote. Jamie,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye. So we'll let Brian go ahead and see if he can find a kid that wants to be on the school board. And also, I forgot to talk about earlier, but we would like to have the select board and the school board would like to have representatives, liaisons from each other's board on their board. And also, I believe we wanted to try to schedule just kind of a day for the full boards to get together and have a little talk, probably before someone would start, going to their meetings and them coming to ours. So I just sort of wanted to see if folks are in favor of doing that. I think it's a good idea to have the select board on our side, to work with them on certain things. They've made offers of working on things with us. And so I'd like to, see if we can work on some stuff with them. Because sometimes, we can help each other with different things. So that's always a good thing. So I guess what I'd like a motion for is, well, we want to nominate a representative, but also a motion that I can go ahead and negotiate with them as far as like figuring out a date and time for us all to get together. So is there anyone interested in being the liaison to the select board? That would mean attending.
I would be interested in that.
You would? Okay, great,
Mhm.
Vincent. I think you'd be great at it. Is there anyone else interested? Okay, I'll nominate Vincent to be our school board liaison. Any further discussion? Okay, I'll take a vote. Sarah,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye. So Vincent is our school board liaison. Our select board liaison. And I'll take a motion for me to sort of, negotiate with them as far as what date and time both boards can get together to have a meeting sometime within the next, month or two.
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, I'll take a vote. Sarah,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Vincent,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
I'm also an aye. So I will go ahead and get that set up. And be in contact with you guys as well. So it's a date when it's convenient for everyone. I'm sure it'll be an evening sometime in the next couple of months. That's all I have. Does anyone have anything else? Was there anything else we need to vote on? I don't think so.
Can I make a motion to approve Friday, September 22nd for the?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I was just making the motion to approve Friday, September 22nd for the pod drop.
Awesome. Any further discussion on that? Okay, Sarah? This is a vote. Sorry, Sarah's an aye. Mark? Mark? Are you trying to say aye?
Oh, sorry. I am saying aye. I just want to double check with Brian that works for the current
Oh,
schedule.
good idea.
Yeah, that should work for the current schedule. Thank you, Mark.
Then I'm still an aye.
Okay. Vincent?
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. Did I get everybody? I'm sorry, I lost track of who I had called on.
I'm an aye.
And Jamie's also an aye. Okay, so that's unanimous. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? I think that was all. We need to set the next agenda. I need to get these things moved around on the minutes, on the agenda, because really setting the next agenda should come before executive session. So setting the next agenda, so we're going to be having it on, we need to move it by a week because of the holiday. So it's going to be on April 18th at 6:30, both at Weathersfield School and online. I have a note here that we're going to need to have the February minutes moved to that meeting, and also the school safety from this meeting moved to that meeting. Is there anything else?
And I'll just make sure I have a detailed list of all the end of the year activities for you guys.
Okay, great. Yeah. And I guess we can also have a discussion about we should probably, I guess, I don't know, how's it going to work? Are you just going to pick someone for the school board, or are they going to come and talk to us? Like, should we schedule time for like the kids that want to be the school board rep to talk?
Let me see what our interest is. So let's go ahead and put it back on there.
Okay.
And then if we need that time, we'll see how many kids we have interested in it between now and then.
And I think we should also have some discussion about the select board and our, what our relationship's going to be like with them, what we want to accomplish. Mark, I see your hands up.
I hopefully will have a glowing drama club report next time, and also I plan to address what changes have been made in terms of performance infrastructure in the space, just so we have a better idea of what was purchased and who's going to be in charge of it and whatnot, because we have made some investments in microphones and lighting and whatnot. So I would just like to have that on the record.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, did you get all of that, Becky?
I did.
Okay, great. All right, do we need an executive session?
I'm good this month.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn. If there's nothing further, does anyone have anything further? Okay. Well, then I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad we made it through the meeting without losing power more than the one time.